In this lesson, we will explore how to use the columns block to create a variety of layouts. The columns block is a container block that lets you add up to 6 columns in a single row, and each column can contain other blocks like text, images, buttons, or anything else at all. This flexibility allows you to design layouts such as grids, featured sections, displaying text and images, as well as highlighting services offered, all within a clean, structured format. To add a columns block, click on the plus icon top left and search for columns. Or you can type / followed by columns in a new paragraph block. Once added, you can choose the number of columns to start with, though this can always be changed later. Once added, click on the left side of the block toolbar to select the main columns block. And then, for example, you can change the alignment to wide width or full width. You can also insert additional columns by clicking the plus icon that appears between existing columns. And now you will see we have 4 columns. Something to take note of is that each column is its own space where you can insert other blocks. For example, let's add some content to the first column. Let's go ahead and add a heading, an image which I've already added to my media library, some text, and a call to action button. In this case, I will type explore and also change the style to outline. You also have the option to duplicate a column. Click on the 3 vertical dots of your block toolbar and select duplicate. This is a great way to quickly replicate a layout you like without rebuilding it from scratch. Then I will delete the empty columns by selecting the empty column and hitting delete on my keyboard, and then updating the content of columns 2 and 3. There are 2 levels to the columns block. Let's open the list view top left to gain a better understanding. There's the overall parent container for all columns, plus each individual column block within. When you select an individual column, you can use the block toolbar and the little arrows to reposition the column. Or you can use the list view to drag and drop a column to a new position. To delete a single column, click the 3 vertical dots in your list view or on the block toolbar and select delete. But you can always undo changes top left. You can also adjust the width of a single column by opening the sidebar settings on the right and then changing the unit of measurement to percentage. And now, for example, I can change the left column to 45%. Or if I have 2 columns, I can make the one 70 and the other one 30%. Next, let's discuss updating the settings and styles of the columns block. First up, let's click on the left of the block toolbar to select the main parent block. And then we can go ahead and open up the sidebar settings top right. From here, you can increase or decrease the amount of columns. And below that, you will notice that Stack on Mobile has been enabled by default to ensure the layout remains readable on smaller screens. So when Stack on Mobile is enabled, the columns appear one below the other on smaller devices. With Stacking on Mobile disabled, all elements appear in a single row, just like on desktop, which may not display as well on smaller screens. Then we can make our way to styles. Below color, we can update the background color of the columns block, and then add some padding to create more space around the content. You also have the option for block spacing. You can, for example, create more space between columns by updating the vertical block spacing. And right at the bottom, you can add a border or even a radius to create a more rounded effect. Lastly, you can also use column patterns. Patterns are pre-designed block layouts that you can easily modify with your own content. To add a pattern, click on the plus icon top left and then click the Patterns tab. Here you will see a variety of categories and patterns that you can choose from. But to find a columns block pattern, it is easier to click on the Blocks tab, search for columns, and when you scroll down, you will see a variety of column patterns that you can choose from. and then just click on the pattern to insert it into a page or post. And then you can modify it as you please. You can replace the images and text with your own content. And here is the example of my updated pattern. Overall, the columns block opens many design possibilities. Whether you are introducing a team, showcasing products, creating a pricing table, or just organizing content, the columns block gives you the tools to create and style your layout with ease.